Hello and welcome to Sign with Ella. In this video, I'm going to share with you some tips to speed up your sign language learning process. If you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe and let's get started. For the first tip, let's look at gender signs and their location. Divide your face right about here, so the upper part and the lower part. The upper part is going to be for masculine signs and the lower part is going to be for feminine signs. For example, nephew, that's a male, and then niece, that's a female. Next, let's look at the symmetry of signs. If you are signing a word and then both hands have the same hand shape, you're going to move both hands. For example, if you want to sign stay, stay. Both hands have the same hand shape, so you're going to move both hands. Another example is control, control. Both hands have the same hand shape, so both of them are going to move control. However, if they are using different hand shapes, the dominant hand is going to move. My dominant hand is my right hand, so I'm going to move my right hand. For example, if you want to sign sun, they have different hand shapes. This is the open hand, and this is the end hand. So sun, the dominant hand moves. For the third tip, we're going to look at thoughts and emotions. So when you're signing a word and it has to do with thoughts, it's going to be around your head. But if it has to do with emotions and feelings, it's going to be around your chest. For example, idea, dream, mind, they are all around your head. And then if you look at feeling, happy, they are all around your chest. However, there are some exceptions like sad and then shy, which are emotions or feelings, but then they are around your face. Next, we are going to look at words and their opposites. Most of the time, to sign the opposite of a word, they are going to reverse the original sign. For example, go, come, go, come. We also have open, close. There are also exceptions. So there are words like yes and no, where you don't have to reverse the sign. Now let's look at time frame, as in present, past, and future. For present, the signs are going to be in front of you. For past, the signs are going to be behind you. And then for future, they're going to move ahead of you. For example, now, here, they are all in the present, so they are in front of you. For the past, past, was, ancestor, they're all going to be moving backwards. And for future, we have future, later, after a while. They're all progressing ahead of you. Next, let's look at words and their plurals. So there are two ways to sign this. The first way is to sign the word and then the quantity. For example, you want to sign many groups. You sign group and then many groups. The second way is to repeat the sign for the word. So many groups. It gives you the idea that there's not just one group, but then there are lots of groups. To be able to construct sentences in sign language, it's important to note that the sentence structure for sign language is different from English. In most of my videos, when I'm signing, I use SEE, which is signing exact English. So for that one, you're signing, you're using the English sentence structure. But there's a whole different sentence structure for sign language. I'll make a separate video on that and go more into details. So for example, if you want to sign, I'll go to school tomorrow. If you're using SEE, which is signing exact English, I'm going to sign, I will go to school tomorrow. But then using the sign language sentence structure, you're going to have tomorrow, me go school. This next tip is important when communicating with someone. To show the end of a thought or a sentence, you pause. For example, to sign, on 3rd December, there will be a meeting here at 10 a.m. On 3rd December, meeting here, time 10 in the morning. Pausing will help the person understand what you are saying better. It's like you're punctuating the sentence. Let's move on to the next step. To show the intensity of a sign, you're supposed to exaggerate the sign. For example, this is the sign for big or great. To give the idea that whatever you're referring to is very huge or very big, you exaggerate the sign. Big. If you're learning sign language, you should know that for some words, there may be multiple ways of signing it. For example, hospital, hospital. They are both correct. Patient, as in a sick person in the hospital. Patient or patient. They are both correct. So you may see someone sign a particular word different from what you learned. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person is wrong. It could be a different way to sign it. Let's look at the next step. If you don't know the sign for a particular word, you should fingerspell it. And to be able to fingerspell a word, you need to know the sign language alphabet. That way, when you fingerspell the word, if the person you're communicating with knows the sign, the person can teach you. If you don't know how to sign the sign language alphabet, I have a video on that on my channel, so you can check out that video after this video. And it's okay to make mistakes, you just have to accept the corrections when they are made. Just like every other language, the more you practice, the easier it's going to get. The more interactions you have, the more exposure you get, the easier it's going to be for you to remember the signs. That's all for this video. If you found this video helpful, like, leave a comment, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos.